Alright, last one. Wrong John Silver. That's the current one. The current author. The last one piece we read from them looks to be 2203. Hit the road, Jack. Ah, yeah, the love the love matching, the matchmaker machine. Yeah, there we go. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. So that's the last one. I did check. It is a short SCP, but it has a long tail. For the sake of myself, I'm thinking that we read the SCP, but the tail I will probably have to read tomorrow in the morning, record it separately, because I just want to go to bed. I just want to sleep. But wrong, John Silver. You wrote The Devil's Eye. So here we go. Object class Euclid, special term procedures. Dash 1 through 7 are to be kept under full biocontainment protocol at Site 66. Release Order 66. The facilities must include a litter box and a minimum of 10 sheltered bedding location at each locations. Each 1 times 1 meter times 50 centimeters for dash 1 through dash 5, a perch, collarbone, and nesting location in the upper half of the containment structure for dash 6, and a separate room within biocontainment with a closing door, bed, desk, lamp, toilet, and change of clothes for dash 7. The following food will be made available daily: a carcass of not less than 5 kilograms lean mass, 500 grams of a mix of small fruit, nuts, and seeds, and a standard daily meal portion, which may be flavored as per Dash 7's wishes from a list of pre-selected choices. Any lack of appetite or difficulty swallowing observed in any organisms within containment must be immediately brought to the attention of Site 66 veterinarian surgeon, who will assess whether emergency ocular removal is necessary. Cleaning of the litter box, carcass, bone removal, and general chamber maintenance will be carried out under camera supervision by Dash 7. All waste materials, including sewage from the biocontainment structure, must be incinerated. Any materials removed from the biocontainment chamber not kept in fully sealed transport containers for incineration or testing will constitute a containment breach. The biocontainment chamber will be monitored by no less than 4 cameras at all times, in order to maintain full containment of all organisms within the chamber. SCP subjects may be removed from the chamber for testing only under sedation in fully sealed transport containers by researchers equipped with level 4 biocontainment suits and trained in hostile carnivore capture. Any wounds suffered while handling Dash 1 through 7 will be brought to the attention of Site 66 officers for medical evaluation. Sorry, I was busy this morning. Hey, no worries, man. I had to fight through this reading because I am so tired. My parents are here on a surprise visit. I was outside. I was doing things. So this Saturday felt like like my usual Sunday. So I'm at the last one, and I just decided that like the corridor of the man with the eyes in the back of his head, I will read that tomorrow morning and attach it to the video. Because I just want to hit the bed, man. I'm just so exhausted. So here we go. Description: SB2289 is a novel strain of devil facial tumor disease. Say that again to my face. A strain of devil facial tumor disease. Shit. A transmissible cancer endemic in the Tasmanian devil, Sarcophilus harrisii, and spread by introduction of infected tissue to skin lesions. SB2289 9's progression is such that multiple metastasizing tumors grow over the infected vertebrae. 85 of the tumors are concentrated on the craniofacial region in the throat, with the remainder dispersed on the skin in other locations. Approximately 2.5% of tumors are expressed on internal organs. Death in the original disease usually occurs due to the starvation, as the growing tumors prevent proper feeding over time. SCP-2289 has 3 additional characteristics that has caused it to come to the attention of the Foundation. First, the tumors generate their own fully functioning eye, with ocular eruption occurring between 5 to 7 days after the first appearance of the tumor. This can help to compensate for the fact that the tumor themselves may occlude the natural eyes. Second, SCP-2289 has proven capable of crossing the species barrier, resulting in potential infection of all vertebrates tested to date. Third, all living infected vertebrates are not only capable of seeing through the eyes generated in the tumors, but the eyes on all other infected vertebrates' tumors. The method of the transmission of visual information between infected vertebrates and the range of communication between infected vertebrates has not yet been determined. Dash 1 through 7 are the present known individual infected with SCP-2289. Dash 1 through 5 are Tasmanian devils, 3 female and 2 male. Dash 6 is a scarlet macaw, macaw, infected as part of experiment D, and held for continued observation. Dash 7 is formerly D435966, infected during a containment breach when it was cleaning the SCP-2289 enclosure. All 7 subjects express multiple craniofacial tumors, which with ocular eruption on each tumor. Dash 3 has expressed a tumor and eye on its tail. Dash 7 has a tumor with ocular eruption on its left hand. All neoplastic eyes are of the devil's type, even on non-devil species. Addendum interview 12. So we have interviewed Dash 7 interviewer Dr. Roderick Argent. Routine interview between Dr. Argent and Dash 7. Purpose of routine interviews is to check self-reported health issues in Dash 1 through 7 between veterinary examination. Begin log, Dr. Okay. Good morning, Dash 7. How are you feeling today? Pretty good, I suppose. For having a terminal cancer that turns you into a deformed freak. The tumor on your mandibular alveolar process is not interfering with your feeding habits. Could we repeat that? I'm seeing better than I hear out of my left ear these days. The tumor in your chin, is it interfering with your eating? No, I can eat just fine. Check out Cinco though. An eye just formed on the back of his throat yesterday. I realized it when he hissed at Uno. Also, another new eye is dark, mostly. I think it's on dos cinco, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Yeah. Not sure. Thank you. I'll inform the veterinarian and have those looked at right away. I just want you to know that we at the Foundation truly appreciate your cooperation with personnel regarding SCP-2289. Hey, it's no biggie. You guys have treated me better than anyone in years since I got infected. Yeah, I'm still a prisoner and I share my cell with a bunch of devils and a red bird, but Mama always told me I end up living with devils anyway. I mean, yeah. Now I gotta stay at the Tres's ass all the time, but you guys are doing what you can to keep us alive and comfortable for the most part. Have you noticed any other senses forming since your infection more than extra visual stimulus, sounds, smells, tastes, tactile stimuli? What? Oh, this is going back to the hive mind theory or like the sentient cancer or something. No, I haven't. But like, we are talking about some marsupial wolverines and a bird. I don't think I'd be thinking much more than for them, but eat, sleep, fuck. I do that already. I hope you don't fuck any of the animals, my good sir. That would be worrisome. How about thoughts the other way? Can you direct -1 through 6? You talk about me getting Los Diablos to do as I say. The hell I can. It's more like we're family now. All we got is perspective. We know what each other sees. Keeps the aggression down when you gotta watch you hissing at yourself. We all know we'll die. You keep talking about who gets to control who when all you need is a little compassion, you know? You keep looking for power. Well, this cancer ain't it. Except I'm probably really good at 173 duty now. Would you? No! Okay, guys. Because like see how like this is the extra tale. I will read that tomorrow morning and add to the video. Let's not waste any time. Okay. Corridor of the man with eyes in the back of his head. This is gonna feel so weird. Like you people have to watch me read this. The previous part, all tired and exhausted, and now I'm fully awake. The afternoon sun shone relentlessly on the remote let's read in nice and quiet time. We have actual time now. It's only 3 in the afternoon. The afternoon sun shone relentlessly on the remote corner of the Arizona desert, a flat plain dotted with little more than scrub, rolling hills on the horizon. No clouds served to mitigate the heat and light everywhere. It was the sort of place you could see for miles and miles. You could see because there was nothing to see. A little shack right here, a dusty rental car nearby. Nothing. El Concierge had walked here, having hopped off a pickup traversing a lonely stretch of highway a couple miles away. He came prepared for the trek across the scorching landscape, plenty of water, space blanket for the night, protein bars for focus, and a bandolier of magazines for his pistols. He tensed, fully expecting his quarry to see him approach from miles away. He came, knowing death would meet him on his path. He gave thanks to Jesus and Mary as he pistol-whipped the first person he saw at the shack entrance, unaccountably blind to his approach. Let me just check that everything's okay with the audio. Aha! I knew it. It was, in fact, not okay. Good. We're good now. Luckily I checked. Okay, let's continue. Then he asked them for deliverance upon viewing the carnage within. The shack and its occupant had already been vandalized. Beakers, glass tubes, flasks had been shoved wherever they would fit, for loose definitions of fit, and shattered. One man looked like he had burned from the inside out. He realized only once before seen a pipe made from a human skull, but at least that one had been long dead beforehand. Needing answers, he handcuffed his captive and cracked open some smelling salts. The other man gagged and returned to consciousness with a start and a pounding headache. "Hey, muchacho, did you do this?" he demanded. The man rolled his head uneasily around and slowly registered the scene through a bloodshot haze. He barely answered. No. Did you?" The hitman cursed and pulled out a water bottle, opening it and letting his captive take a sip. Indicating the scene with his pistol, he explained the situation. "No. Yeah, I'm here to hit them. But I ain't no sick fuck." He grabbed his target by the chin, looked over his dog stubble, his stained button-down shirt. He looked over the pistol and radio he had carried, the small case emblazoned with some weird 3-arrow symbol he had never seen before. We know that symbol. "Nah," he continued, pushing his face away. "You didn't kill them, but you gotta help me. I ain't here to kill you, but I gotta know who you are before I change my mind." Cognizance re-entered his hostage with the sip of water, and he made a quick assessment. Captor clearly intelligent, keeping control. Good. Equipment on the table behind his captor. Good. The meth lab inhabitants still dead. Good. Body sore, hands cuffed, head pounding, but still intact. Good. The sun peeking through the slats in the shack wall low in the sky. Shit. Quick, what time is it? Hector backhanded him. Nuh-uh. Name first. Who are you with? Agent Rashawn Washington. DOD. You're on federal land, and I have to evacuate everyone before a nuclear test tonight. His captor rolled his eyes and chuckled. You're gonna be nuked, huh? I'm sent out here just to end some desert rat who's gonna just get nuked away. That's good. I should be honored. His grin fell off instantly as he pointed his pistol at Rashawn's head. I ain't no fool, and you ain't no fed. Now, tell me what's going on before I kill you. Agent Washington looked past the gun in his face to his belongings. The seal on the case remained intact. Good. Amnestic still available. Okay. Yes, I'm with the group called the SCP Foundation. Friend, not here for the law or the drugs. Take what you want, but we need to get out of here now. Urgent. No way was this guy going to steer the situation. He grabbed Agent Washington by the shirt. I never heard of the SCP Foundation. Why are you here? I was here to evacuate the people using the shack. This is a Class 4 containment zone, and we need everyone out for their safety before nightfall. What time is it? El concierge squinted, looking first at his strange agent, then at the twisted body pile. Suddenly, he recognized that if the guy before him hadn't killed them... Madre de Dios, he twisted Agent Washington around and undid his cuffs. In return, Washington jumped forward and grabbed the radio and switched it on. Control! This is Mr. President. Mr. President, calling in. The radio emitted a static burst and a woman spoke. Press? Where have you been? You missed the shack. Wait. You missed the check-in window. Status? Alive with another one. Requesting evac. Negative, Press. We get to you after sunset. Hold position and come back in the morning. Do not drive out. I repeat, do not drive out. Stay away from any vehicle or road. Acknowledged. Staying put. Stay safe. 973 only manifests on the road. You should be fine. The radio went silent, which I'm pretty sure... Yeah. Oh my god, 973, that was a while ago. Let's see what this one... Actually, this doesn't not. It's not the one I need to use. I need to use this one. Let me go back to SCP Explained. 973. That's been a year now. Probably more than a year. Smokey is an ethereal police officer and car that will chase after people and investigate. Oh yeah. I remember this. It's been more than a year because, like, if I remember correctly, if I look at my things here, I don't really do anniversaries, but yeah, sure. Yeah, because a year ago, on this channel, 1340 was out, but I have been uploading the other ones, 460 on the other channel, which I need to start re-uploading them here, for sure. I think I'm gonna do like a thing where I will probably re-upload one per week, because back then I uploaded the entire 10 reading in a bulk anyway, besides a first couple like solo ones, but then I upload in bulk. So I should probably upload them here next. Next year we're gonna start doing that. We're gonna start uploading re-uploading the previous ones. All right, back to the reading. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay, something was open. Okay, there we go. Rashawn's companion watched and changed in confusion. What's 973? The agent swallowed and gestured towards the festering heap. The thing that did that. I know that, but what did that? Rashawn sighed. There's a legend of a crooked cop that lives out here. Died 40 plus years ago, full of hatred, and during the night he patrols this section of highway, just waiting for someone to speed, drive, drunk or something, waiting for someone to screw up. And he comes out of nowhere, chases him down, and He points towards the former occupants. Does that. The hitman grimaced. A ghost. A ghost did all that. I ain't never heard of that ghost. Of a ghost that violent. That's like pure hate. I mean, I've killed plenty. I've seen sick shit the Lords will do to make sure no one fucks with them. But that's so useless. Yeah. The hitman extended his hand. Hector Ochoa? Let's get through the night. You are very lenient to believing in the ghost story. Like, if somebody told me, like, oh yeah, some cop from, like, 45 years ago comes back and hunts you down, I'll be like, do you think I'm stupid? But then I would actually get hit by that. I would get killed by that cop and be like, you actually know. You know what? I take it back. I wouldn't say you think I'm stupid. I think I'm the only one who would believe him at first. Everybody else would be like, nah, that's not real. I'll be like, I'm not gonna test it. I'm not gonna test it. Okay. Good, we're almost halfway through. The sun had set and darkness fell rapidly. The sky was clear and the full moon lit the landscape across the dust and rocks to the horizon. All still, punctuated occasionally by a coyote's howl. In the clarity of the dark, a pair of headlights appeared on a distant road. Hector tapped Rashawn's shoulder and pointed it out. The Asian looked out at the vehicle and reached for his radio. Control, this is Mr. President. I see a car on the highway, reporting possible civilian breach. Negative, press. No civilians have attempted to access the containment area tonight. Vehicles approaching our location. Has an evac been sent? Negative, all our cars are accounted for. Aren't you a ways from the road, though? Affirmative. Hard to tell how far away the car is, but it's heading in this direction. Oh god. Press, that's none of us. Probably cover. Repeat, you have to run, fucker. Pardon? Pardon? Rashawn dropped the radio instead as he tried to get his breathing under control. It kept broadcasting as a man's voice, cocky and cracking, cut through heavy static to say again and again, "Run, fucker!" Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's go with that. Hector pointed urgently at the dropped radio. That's the ghost? His face hardened as Rashawn nodded. The hitman swallowed a prayer and replied, Listen, I knew going into this that it was designed as a death sentence for me. First, I was going to get all shot up by some meth heads just walking to this lousy shack. Then you tell me this whole place is going to get nuked. That was good. I could have taken being nuked. But now, the only reason I'm still alive is because we're being hunted by a dead, crooked cop who got to my target first? No, that makes no sense. Not going to happen. The agent stooped to pick the radio back up. Hey, a lot of things don't make sense. My whole job is all about things that don't make sense. He looked out at the approaching car, still over a mile away. Its lights flashed red and blue across the desert plain as it veered off the road and started across the flat, rocky terrain. The radio crackled. Don't think I don't see you. Hector grabbed Rashawn by the collar. What are you doing? We gotta do something. You say you know this guy. How are we supposed to fight a ghost? Agent Washington seemed to withdraw into himself. There are a few accounts of someone surviving an encounter with SCP-973. 973 keeps to the road and punishes all offenses found by the target. Keeps to the road, my ass! That fucker's coming right here! Pointing to the bodies, he added, He was here yesterday! We should be safe as long as we don't break any laws. Rashawn wasn't sure he was convincing himself. Technically, breaking and entering is what happened here, if you think about it. Hector snorted as the car approached. Don't break any fucking laws. You might be some fucking angel, Mr. President, but I kill people for a living. I ain't licensed for this gun. I'm an illegal. I'm a fucking walking crime who's about to have a meter of broken glass shoved up his ass. No. Rashawn snapped out of his adult reverie. I gotta get you out of here. Quick, in the car. Hector rushed into following him out of the shack, arguing, But you said speeding won't help. Silence pierced the air as the aged police car sped the last distance towards the two men. Rashawn pulled out his key fob and watched confusedly as it slipped from his grasp and flew forward while he suddenly sprawled out on the dirt. Hector tackling him. A second later, the police car swerved slightly to ram the other car at full speed. The night exploded with the sounds of crunching metal and shattering glass. The rental rolled and bounced with the energy from the now stopped and only partially dented police car. The radio crackled. "You won't be needing that where you're going, boy." The pair scrambled up from the place in the dirt while the white late 70s Ford Mustang door opened. A slick black boot trod firmly on the ground. A tall figure stood up. His outfit was khaki, blending slightly with the landscape. He adjusted his belt and stretched out a crick in his neck. A faint red light appeared to glow behind his aviators. He pulled a baton from his belt as he swaggered forward, his mouth topped with a handlebar mustache curled up in a sneer, the real pitch blackness within. The radio reported, "Now, are we going to do this the easy way or the hard way?" "The hard way, pinche poli." Is that supposed to be poli? I don't know. 2 shots struck the cop, one in the shoulder, one in the jaw. Hector squatted tensely, coiled like a spring, a smoking pistol in each hand. A step past him, Harshan turned slightly, one eye on the door to the shack, one on his erstwhile partner. The cop did not so much flinch as flicker, like a flame twist, like a line of static on the frame of film. His wounds glowed red and adjusted out of focus. 2 spots of patchy uncertainty on his otherwise crisp, diabolic countenance. He grinned broadly and continued his approach, baton slowly twirling in his hand. Harshan grabbed Hector by the shoulder and pulled him back into the shack. He upended a table and barricaded the door. What do you think you're doing?" He shouted. "It's a Class 3 aberrational entity. Its physicality only shows minor degradation to integrity from attack." Hector stared lost at the agent. "What?" It's a ghost. You can't shoot a ghost." "I kinda just did." "Yeah, but it doesn't slow it down or anything." "It did something. What about you?" I did something. What about you?" The shack rang out like a bell as the corrugated metal wall dented inward. The blow struck again and again until the tip of the baton, looking raw and fraying bits of red glow, poked through a hole where the wall buckled. The radio crackled. "You should have run, fucker." Hector squeaked. What? How? This guy doesn't give up." Harshan replied, panic and the autopilot of urgency encroaching on his voice. "Initial containment attempt resulted in the death of 9 personnel, but determined that the SCP was not invulnerable and could be damaged. Night ended in successful dissipation of entity with a 9-day lag time between operations. Entity preferably attacked personnel with a criminal record, especially those with violent felonies and moving violations." Hector pulled up a pair of closed paint buckets from under the bodies. "So if you're the goody two-shoes you act like, it's only after me. Got it. Serves me right. I know. You try to do the right thing, but time comes. You gotta break the rules to follow them, and bam, they got you." The wall groaned and shrieked as SCP-973 slowly tore it away. His hands grasped and bent the sheet metal like stiff cardboard. Harshan looked at Hector's activities. What's this?" "Maybe we can't shoot him, so how about we blow him up?" "Maybe we can." Harshan looked around the debris and bodies, moved some plywood boards, and found a gas generator. He checked the fuel gauge and hauled it up by the buckets. "This has got to be the worst meth lab ever. An accident waiting to happen. My chem teacher would have my hide if I tried anything like this." "I need a wick or a fuse or something to get the fire out fast," Hector commented. He winced, made the sign of the cross, and reached for what he needed, pulled deep into one of the corpses. Oh yeah, because he's interesting how it's like, I was like, oh yeah, I kill people, but he still has respect of the dead. He's like, okay, it's like, what was it again? Sorry, I'm so sorry. A long cotton towel was extracted, slick and sticky with putrefying body fat. Stuffing one end of it into the generator's gas tank, he stuck the other end in one of the buckets, and Harshan revved the engine to start burning. The shack wall gave gave away, and SB-973 stepped through the breach. The generator sputtered and smoked and rumbled. The two men picked up a large piece of plywood and bull rushed the cop, barreling him over as they scrambled back out past him. The apparition punched through a section of the plywood and grasped Hector's ankle as he passed. The hitman cried out as he kicked against the vice grip, pulling his body free, not so much through his own strength but as his foot slid out of the section of a layer of his skin, suddenly burned and decaying from the policeman's touch. Rashawn hefted his partner's weight on his shoulder as Hector hobbled as fast as he could from the shack. Not waiting for safety, Hector fired at the bucket through the hole in the wall. SB-973 stood to stare at the two men as the bucket punctured. Its contents splattered, the tower caught fire, the entire shack coated in unvented grime exploded. Hector and Rashawn flattened against the ground as the flames from the shack lit the landscape. Bits of shrapnel cut into their backs, leaving a collection of searing slices in their wake. They rested, pulling themselves up slowly, looking back at the wreckage. That looks like it did it, Rashawn said, helping Hector up to his feet. We did it! Rashawn and Hector hugged, ignoring the shots of agony in their backs. The radio replied,
"Assaulting a police officer gets you big time, fuckers!"
From the wreckage shambled a distorted flaming form, glowing like an ember and dissociating like static. It moved slow, walking, swaggering. It swung a baton, glowing red and wavering in whatever its hand was now, as it approached. "I can't outrun him," Hector called, limping painedly. "Just go. It's me he wants anyway. I'm supposed to die tonight, okay?" Russian snarled. "Hell no. My job is protecting people from things like that. I'm getting you out of here." "How? I can't run. You can't carry me out the rest of the night with that on her tail." "I'm stealing his car." Rashawn dragged Hector into the passenger side of the police car, its flash and engine still running. What a ballsy move, by the way. And jumped into the driver's seat as Hector got himself seated. The car smelled of death and cigar smoke and semen. I think I remember. Yeah, I remember. Like dread stabbing the nostrils. In the rearview mirror, the Eldritch being broke in the run, closing the gap between them. Without waiting to shut the doors, Rashawn stomped the gas pedal. The car belched a sulphurous cloud of caustic exhaust and dashed forward. The doors pulled themselves shut with a sudden acceleration, and its occupants held on tight as they pulled it out away from the shack toward the road. The crimson broken glass shrank in the rear mirror. The car's police radio came alive.
"Run, fucker! Run, fucker!
Run, fucker!" Hector pointed at the radio and laughed through the pain. That's all you can say now. I think we beat him. How long we gotta outrun him? Rashawn, focused on the drive, replied, "He's gone during the day. Probably sunrise and we'll be fine. Or if we get out of the range of the effect, we should just drive out of the range of the effect. We should just drive out of here, now." The car felt horribly dilapidated, as if it should break down or explode at any moment. The police lights continued to flash, pointing the night desert in the reds and blues. Rashawn kept to the task of getting as much distance between him and the shack and out of the range of 973's effect. Hope you didn't lose anything important back there," Hector mused. "What do you mean?" "You had a locked case. Left it back there when we blew up the shack." Agent Washington felt an automatic response, a sudden rise of bile that he just ignored and swallowed back down. The amnestics were lost. Hector would know after tonight. No, not important. He wasn't so sure. Policy in this case was simple. Remove all witnesses. Hector was weak, in pain. It would be easy to overpower him. He's supposed to die tonight. He said so. Oh, that's a shame. Ocean wasn't sure what the car would do at the boundary of the effects. Evidence to date indicated that the vehicle dematerialized during the day. Maybe the car crashed, maybe it burned, maybe it simply disappeared or returned to whatever dimension or circle of hell or whatever it came from. He pressed down on the accelerator, watching the gauge reach 70 miles per hour. 80. 90. He heard a pistol cock. "You know," Hector suggested, "if I'm going to die tonight, I'd rather know it was from you than something out there." "What?" "I can see what you're thinking, compadre. I spent my whole life killing people. I know when a guy needs to kill. You never had it on your face before. That's why I let you live back at the shack. But now, if I do what I'm supposed to do, you're dead. And let me guess, if you do what you're supposed to, I'm dead. Something like that. So what's stopping you? It ain't right. My rules to protecting humanity, and now I have to kill you. Right. Ain't right. Fine talk coming from a guy who just stole a cop car. Maintaining secrecy of the Foundation and its mission is paramount to the protection of normalcy, Agent Washington recited. Revealing oneself is acceptable in order to prevent containment breach as long as amnestic treatment is delivered immediately afterward. Knowledge of the Foundation purpose must remain solely for personal. Sweat started beading and trickling down his brow. What? Is all this what you learn in the Foundation? Personnel. Gay? It all makes sense? I gotta turn you in. Yeah, to get sent to prison by the feds and get killed there. It's not the same thing, muchacho. Just be a man, do what you gotta. Roshan started wondering when the inside of the car got so hot. No, wait. What you do is tell the officer you volunteer for D-Class. I'll pull some strings, get you janitorial duty, which I believe is back to... Yep. Because I believe... Yeah, -7 is him, if I'm not mistaken. You'd still be officially a prisoner, but you'll be working for the Foundation. No one has to die tonight. Hector wiped his eyes with his shirt and loaded his pistol. You serious? What, you gonna have me cleaning up after things like this? Roshan replied. Sometimes you gotta... Hector finished with him. Break the rules to follow them. Roshan shifted. Is this car getting hot? The dashboard started to crack and splinter from them. Faint ember red light started leaking through the steering wheel. The steering wheel was crumbling beneath Roshan's finger, and the windshield cracked and split. The radio called out.
Time for you girls to come with me.
Roshan looked up and saw the orange and white boards of the road barricade ahead. He slammed on the brakes. We gotta get out of the car now. The two men opened the door and drove from the car. They struck the ground hard and rolled, scraping themselves up further and reminding themselves that there was still more pain that could be felt. The car careened toward the barricade. It buckled, imploded, and crushed itself into a scarred smear of static before disappearing. Hector lay in agony, scraped, flensed, and burned. He hazily watched other people approach, also bearing the same insignia his new friend had. He lost consciousness before sunrise, but offered a prayer to Jesus and Mary, knowing that dawn would still come for him after all. This was awesome. My only regret is that I did not read this on the stream. I do apologize for everybody who watched the last couple videos that I was just super tired. But no, this was epic. This was excellent. Excellent tale. I love tales like this. They're just really cool. Really, really cool. Hopefully tonight, when I do my SCP reading for the 2290s, I will not be in the state I was before. Well, see you guys. Well, for you guys on YouTube, see you in a day. Most likely, I think. I don't know. Unless tomorrow is Thursday, then see you on Friday. See ya.